Sawadee Cup. June the 14th. Excuse me. And we are on day 363. Needs 2 more days. And we'll read the final paragraph. And so today's kind of like the day before Christmas. Yes. All right, a little job well done is the first step towards a bigger one, which we've talked about a lot with small goals and milestones leading to your big, hairy, audacious goal, right? Success is more of a process than an event. Great success is achieved after a long string of small successes. Most of us earn our stripes one step at a time, and we work our way up through the ranks. When we begin our careers, we are given assignments that are commensurate with our skill and experience. As we prove our worth to the organization, we are gradually entrusted with more responsibility and increasingly larger projects. As you assume responsibility for one position, do so with an eye toward the next one. Do your absolute best every day in your job, but always plan for the future. View each day as an opportunity to learn something that will make you more valuable to the company or organization, so when the time arrives for promotions, your name will be the first one that comes to your boss's mind. Well, there you go. He's doing the rat race advice again. And I'm fine with that. Like I said, I actually, during the course of this book, came to terms with the fact that not everybody wants to be in real estate, not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, or a lot of people's reality right now is what he's talking about, working in a cubicle jungle, working in a retail, working in an office somewhere. So I get that. I understand that's a lot of people's reality, and maybe you do want more, but that's where you're at right now. So what he's saying is upwards and onwards. Always move forward no matter where your station is in life. If you're dirt fucking poor, try to become middle class. If you're middle class, try to become upper class. If you're upper class, try to become a business owner and investor, right? Like always. Bruce Springsteen, who's from Jersey, which instantly makes him cool, right? Everybody from Jersey's cool. Bruce Springsteen, lyrics in a song where poor men want to be rich men want to be king, and a king ain't satisfied till he rules everything. So in the beginning, that's good. If you're poor and you don't like being poor and you don't want government handouts, work your way up the ladder through the techniques in this book and plain just hard work. If you're rich and you want to be a king, I don't know what to tell you about that, but the way I took that was, I'm here in Thailand and I'm doing anything I pretty much frigging want, right? Like, so I am a king of sorts, I am not the king, especially in Thailand where they have a king, but I'm the king of my own world, my own universe, right? Doing what I want when I want. So there is that. So if you take it that way, where you use money as a vehicle to have your dreams come true, which the dreams are being financially independent and going where you want to live, living anywhere in the world you want to live comfortably, and if you're following the data saga, for an old fat fart, I'm having a blast here. It's good to be king. I'm happy. I'm very happy, and I do control my own little sphere, my own little universe. In my universe, I'm king, and that's good. It's good to not have to answer to anybody for your time or what you want to do or whatever. So there is that, right? And once again, he said, sorry, I've only had a half a cup of coffee so far, not the whole cup. I think the most important thing he said is success is not a sudden thing, and it's no overnight success, very rarely, right? It's going to be a gradual process that builds up. So keep focused, keep grinding, stay motivated in the early going-ons when you're, just starting out and just reaching a little tiny small success. Use that success to leapfrog you over the next hurdles, and there'll be more hurdles. That's okay. Put the time in like I did, put the time in like other successful people have done, and you'll reach success too. And once again, your definition of success can be totally different than mine. It doesn't matter. These principles still apply, regardless of what your goal is. Maybe you want to be the CEO of the company you work for. Hey, that's cool. That's not my bag, but if that's yours, follow these steps to reach that goal. So I'm not going to do a separate dating video today. I'll just keep it real brief. At 9:30, I'm heading down to another province in Thailand. States are called provinces. So I'm in Chiang Mai province, Chiang Mai city, in like New York City and New York State, right? Chiang Mai, same. I'm going down to another province south of here called Lampang, and meeting a lady, 38 years old. She's a widow. Don't know why her husband died or what happened, whatever. I guess I'll find out today. We're just having lunch. Pretty good body, imagine that, and that's pretty, good body. Not pretty good body, but pretty, good body. We've been chatting. Doesn't speak English, which is a downer for the long-term thing. We'll see how that works out. But, there's enough there for me to get in my truck and drive almost 2 hours. So we're going to have lunch, and then we'll see where it goes from there. And then I come back up to Chiang Mai, this afternoon, late afternoon, and then tonight I'm meeting the lady who owns the hair salon for our third date. We're going to have Thai food over by her place and then watch movies at her place. So, full social calendar, once again, doing what I want when I want. That's really what it's all about. That's why you want success. You want freedom, to make choices and pretty much do what you want. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, right? Do what you want when you want. That's really to me, the cool thing. That's really been my underlying goal. So my goal was to retire to Italy and have the winery and all that, and then I changed to Thailand. But really underlying all that was to do what I want when I want, right? To be financially independent, to have the money to do what I want when I want. I think that's really what everybody wants. It manifests itself in different ways. So, one last thing. Oh, by the way, I had to go to the bank yesterday, right next door, and I was too lazy. Man, that's me. That's on me. I'm still fighting the laziness. I was too lazy to walk over there, even though it's 10 minutes to walk over and go to the bank. So I decided to hop on the bike. I'm like, yeah, my friends are riding and going to these cool places. I really gotta learn how to ride a bike. I'm gonna be selling when I need to learn how to ride a bike. And on here, I've said many times, I'm never going to be on a bike because there's so many accidents in Thailand. 26,000 deaths. Never mind accidents where they get hurt and wind up in the hospital, but accidents where they die on the scene. 26,000 a year. It's insane. Crazy drivers. So it's very good that I'm a very good driver in a car and I have a lot of experience because I can avoid them and dodge them. They cut you off. They come the wrong way down the road. They drive too fast. Blah 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 blah. Driving in Thailand is a thing, right? So I'm totally confident in my car or truck. No problem. I've been doing it for a year. Comfortable. Never even had close to an accident. I'm good. So I hop on the bike. I have 2 bikes that I bought to sell. I still have them. Grand Filano is just like this kind of Luxo ride. It's kind of got like a wider seat and stuff like that. And I'm just like, fuck, I'll take the Grand Filano right next door. It's quick. It's no problem. Well, one of the hardest things to drive a motorcycle, if you've never done it, and this is my second time on a bike, is the steering. How much to lean in and how much to turn. And I was making a U-turn basically, and I wasn't going far enough on the turn. So then at the last minute when I saw I was going to hit the curb, I overcorrected and went way to the right, like back out towards traffic, and then overcorrected that, went to the left, and boop, dumped the bike. So I'm fine. If y'all don't know me by now, I am one fucking tough son of a bitch. I didn't sit and hold my boo-boo and cry. I got back up the fucking bike and rode into the parking lot, drove around for 20 minutes looking for the bike parking, only to find out it's across the street, right? So that was a good 20 minutes. I didn't even realize it was bleeding at that point, or that I had blood, or I swapped skin. I left it. There's a piece of me in Thailand now. Who says I haven't given my skin and blood to Thailand? It's on the street, across the street at the mall now. A little piece of my blood and skin I've left in Thailand. But after 20-25 minutes of driving around in circles and asking people in English, where do I park, and they didn't understand. There's a helmet law. Remember I talked about the scam up in Pai, where the cop cops would stop you on a rented scooter for not having a helmet. I don't have a helmet. I don't own one. So I'm driving around. I pull up to a cop. I'm like, where park? I had no helmet. Yeah, he could have given me a $1,500 fine right on the spot, but I got lucky. He wasn't looking for money that day. Maybe he had his quota, or the fact that he works in the mall parking lot and not out in the sun all day, he's happy. I don't know, but he didn't give me a ticket or anything. He just pointed me to the thing. It was across the street. So what's funny is, if I had known that where to park the bike, I never would have made the U-turn. I made the U-turn to get into the parking lot where I parked the truck. That's cars and trucks only. They have a separate one for motorcycle parking at Central Festival Mall. So whatever. So then I got up to the bank, and I looked down and saw that, I lost a patch of skin, and I was like, well, from my medical training in the Navy, I know that clean the wound immediately, flush it out, get rid of dirt, grime, grit, rocks, whatever, because that's going to fuck you up and cause an infection down the road. And of course, with COVID, there's hand sanitizer everywhere, big bottles of it. So when I was at the bank taking the money out, ATM, I took a big palmful of the hand sanitizer, antibacterial, right, and put it on there. Holy shit, did that fucking burn. I walked with a limp for about 5 minutes. I wasn't sure I could walk, because I was fine. I was absolutely fine. And they put the antibacterial stuff on. I was like, oh my God. Like, all of a sudden that entire left leg was on fire, and I was gimpy for quite a while. And then when I got back to the condo, I got on the bike and did this incredibly risky, stupid thing, which is getting on the highway, the super highway, where cars are going by 80, 100 miles an hour. And I'm on this little putt-putt bike, and I had to go across 3 lanes because for some reason in Thailand, the U-turn lane is in the fast lane. It makes absolutely no sense. God protects drunks, fools, and third basemen who don't wear protective gear. And at one time in my life, I've been all 3 of those. So I got lucky. There was no oncoming traffic. It was a wide open road. This is a highway, a super highway that's always busy. There wasn't a fucking soul. So I was able to cut across 3 lanes, no problem, on my little scooter, do the U-turn. Now the problem is I got to make a U-turn down here again because my condo is right next to the mall. So I had to go away from the mall, make a U-turn, come down the highway, make a U-turn, come back up to my condo and turn in before the mall. So once again, U-turn down here, just like up here, is in the fast lane. So I had that fucking scooter up to 70 kilometers an hour. It's, 40 miles an hour maybe. 80 is 50, right? So a little bit less than 50, 40, 45. Second time riding a bike. I just crashed, 20, 30 minutes before. And the idea is I'm racing like a bat out of hell while there's no traffic behind me because they drive 100, 120 kilometers an hour. And I wanted to stay in that lane so I could be up in the U-turn lane. Because if I got over to the slow lane, which would be normal for the bikes to drift over and let the cars go zooming by at 120, then I would have had gone 3 lanes over, down 500 meters, 3 lanes over to make the U-turn. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm in the U-turn lane, it's 500 meters, race like a fucking bat out of hell, get down to the next U-turn and make the turn, right? And then once I make that turn, now I got the traffic this way again, and I got to go 3 lanes again. And there were cars on that. Thank God, like I said, my big boy hooked me up. Buddha, God, somebody hooked me up. There was no cars coming. I got across, there was no cars coming. Got across, stayed ahead of them. Then when I came on the final U-turn to head back up to the condo, there were cars, but there weren't a bunch of them, and they weren't going fast. So I was able to slide my way over to the middle lane and the left lane and then turn in. So the bike is fine, just has some scratches and stuff, maybe one broken plastic piece or something. I haven't really looked at it. The rear view mirror was like knocked out, but it went back in, while I was riding it. I'm fine, just a scrape on my knee. Instead of the $sign, I'll put the picture on my knee. You can, it's not bad. I mean, I've gotten into worse scrapes over the years, and I used to be a fast healer, so I'm curious to see now at this age if I can heal up again. How long it's going to take me to heal up, because that used to be one of my things is I would heal fast. So I'm not sure that's true anymore. Old age changes everything. So that's it. I've said on here many times I'm never going to ride a bike because I know I'm in Thailand because I'm going to get squished, and it's not a place to learn. I was right. I got lucky yesterday. And it's funny because the crash is a crash, but really where I got lucky was doing the U-turn on the superhighway. That was insane for a novice bike rider. For somebody who's experienced and ridden motorcycles their whole life, no big deal. But for somebody like me, that's a bad place to learn, you know, with cars zipping by 100 plus kilometers an hour. So it is what it is. I was stupid. I got lucky. I'm fine. No broken bones, you know. I'll never get on a bike again. There's just no need to, you know. As far as selling them, you know, I was talking about I'm buying and selling bikes now, so I'll pay somebody. I was already going to pay somebody to go to DMV for me, you know, and get the bike inspected and all that. Well, I'll pay somebody to take them from the auction to the storage place. I mean, I don't have to get on the bike. I have money. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do, and that cured me real quick. And could I get better? Could I practice in a parking lot and go slow? And then, yeah, but no, I'm a car guy. I've always been a car guy. I'm comfortable in a car, and that's what I'm going to drive here. Especially because, once again, the crazy drivers. I'm thinking there is going to be an accident, not what I had yesterday, but, you know, like a collision. And I want to be in the car or truck, not the bike, when that happens. I don't want to be the one who goes splat. You know, it's going to happen. Chiang Mai is just, you know, Bangkok's worse, but Chiang Mai is just a lot of friggin' cars and a lot of bikes, a lot of bikes, and they cut in and out and go all over the place, and they don't lane, they come the wrong way, and blah 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 blah. So, yeah, that pretty much that confirmed what I thought, which is I have no business riding a motorcycle in Thailand. So, not a good place to learn. That's it for today. Got the dates lined up, had the accident, I'm fine. Another day in Thailand, right? Hey, it's never dull or boring day in Thailand. You know, things are happening. It's not boring like it was in the United States when I was grinding and working. I was making money, but it was pretty boring. I didn't date a lot, and I certainly didn't crash motorcycles. So there is that. Y'all have a good day.